All right, and welcome back, welcome back. We're getting ready to venture off into the third segment of today's show, and Barbecue 101 is what we've got lined up for you. In with us is none other than Eldrid Papi Montez. Now, this guy has been doing this for a amount of years, so let's jump right on into it. Barbecue 101, summertime. Eldrid, how are you? Good morning.
I'm good, I'm good. Nice to see you again, Mr. John.
Hey, it's always good to have you. That much we could tell you. The aroma. What are you doing?
Well, you know what? It's all love when I'm doing a barbecue. It's all from the heart. So, it's something that comes natural and something that I've been doing for quite a number of years.
Eldrid, give us your background. How long have you been doing barbecue? Where did you get it from?
Okay, I started doing barbecue in LA and Chicago. I started approximately when I was about 14, 15 years old.
Really?
Yeah. So I've been doing barbecue for, I'd say, over 20 years now.
All right. And then you came back home and now you're throwing out your expertise.
You got it right.
What made you came back home to eventually do this?
Well, actually, it was just a matter of survival, really. And then I was told when you can make a living off of something that you enjoy doing, that's a certain level of success right there.
Definitely. That much we could say. Success. Tamar?
So, Eldrid, tell me something. Everybody thinks that barbecuing is easy. And I love barbecue, and I can tell you one thing. There are some people who think they can barbecue, and they're horrible.
Yes. Yes, that's
so
true.
we want to help them out this morning. That's what we're trying to do. And with all your experience, you're going to tell us a little bit of some of the things you need to do, should do when you're making your barbecue, right?
Yes.
So where do we start? What's the first step?
The first step, right, when making barbecue is making sure you have clean, properly prepared meat. We have chicken here that's
You have a whole chicken.
we have a whole chicken.
Yeah.
All right. So now, if you're preparing chicken, what you would want to do is you get a hold of your chicken. Excuse me. Let me.
So you don't buy pre-cut chicken?
No, I don't. I prefer cut everything by myself, and I prefer getting chicken fresh every day.
Okay.
So what I would normally do is you take the excess fat.
Take that off.
You take that off.
You need a sharp knife, though.
Of course.
Of course.
My goodness.
So you're going to take off some fat, but obviously you want to keep some skin and fat on.
Yes, because it makes the barbecue stay tender, and it also provide added fuel because the fat drops into the charcoal and it flames up.
Yeah.
And then, so when preparing chicken, you cut it in 4 halves. You go straight down the breast.
A sharp knife will always help.
Sharp
Yes,
knife.
it has to be sharp. I normally turn it upside down, and I go straight down the middle.
All right.
Straight through the bone.
That's a half there.
That's a half right
That's
there.
a sharp
Then we're
knife.
getting to the quarters. That's a
Then
sharp
the quarters.
knife indeed.
If you want to get straight to the joint right there.
He made that look so
Very
easy. I
easy.
would be sawing and sawing all morning.
Trust me, it takes a lot of practice.
Why do you choose to cut your own chicken versus buying
the
pre-cut?
chicken? Yeah.
Well, you know what? Because when you buy the chicken pre-cut, they cut out the back, and so you're left with certain parts of the chicken that people love to eat left out.
Oh, okay,
Like,
okay.
I'll show you, for instance, right here. This part, you won't see most barbecue with this part right here, or even with the leg, especially you would notice that this whole little part section
little
right there,
pocket,
that would be cut off.
Okay.
So you get more meat, more bones, everything.
More flavor
More
as well.
flavor as well.
Indeed.
All right, so we start. That's one of your secrets that you're giving out. I know you won't give us all, but you use fresh whole chicken and you cut them into quarters, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, what next?
Okay, after that, I normally would use vinegar and lime
To wash.
To wash, and I would I prefer to soak it for at least 15 minutes. So
Okay.
all the slime, you could just literally just haul off.
Pull
all
it
the
off,
slime.
yeah.
So you soak the meat for at least 15 minutes, soak the slime. You don't just put vinegar and lime and then quickly, that's
Well,
it.
sometimes when I'm pressed for time, I will, but my preference is to let it soak at least 15 minutes.
Okay.
Nice.
And then we
And
move
then
into
once-
seasoning.
Seasoning, okay. Well, everybody wants to know what's in this bottle right here.
And I knew you'd keep some of your secrets, right?
Well, it's at least 6 spices, and it's a mixture of Belizean seasoning and American seasoning.
Okay.
Okay.
So we use complete season all, and a couple other spices I cannot
Okay.
divulge. And the American
Barbecue
spices
is a competitive business, so you know I'm gonna leave you with your secrets. Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, everybody has their own flavor. Some people like it simple. Some people like it spicy. Some people will season to their own taste, right?
Correct. And well, see, that's why I use several different spices, because you want to have a full body
Yeah.
of flavor. And then when I'm done seasoning, I'll rub just a little bit of the ricotta, because we're Belizean, and this is one of our
Yeah.
traditional seasonings.
We love ricotta.
Yes. So
Yeah.
a lot of people don't use it for barbecue, because if you use too much of it, it'll brown your meat a little bit too fast. And then when your barbecue will look done, but it's not done.
It's not done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, Papi, when you season, how long do you season from
marinate?
the night before, or yeah?
I normally marinate it for an hour. Some people prefer overnight. I think that when you do it overnight, the season kind of like it tends to overpower the chicken, because you want to
Yeah.
have a natural flavor, but you want to have some kind of flavor as far as seasoning.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said that, because when you said you were bringing American style to Belizean style, we love seasoning in Belize. But typically, when it comes to meats and grilling in other parts of the country, it's less is more, less spice and more flavor of the meat
flavor, yeah.
itself.
Correct.
How do you balance it out?
It's just, I guess it's been more trial and error.
Yeah.
But what I do is I use just a simple method of covering the chicken just well enough that it's not, you don't see too much of the seasoning.
Okay.
Then when I do when I add on the ricotta,
Oh, there you go.
product.
Yeah, it's not bright red.
it's not bright red.
Yeah.
It's, it's just, it has a golden color.
Yeah.
It's very evenly. You can see some of the spices as well. And even underneath
You get under the skin,
under the skin, everything.
and
And then what I normally do is I score the meat as well, so
Yeah.
that when you're cooking it, it gets into the skin, underneath the meat,
Good soak,
and
yeah.
it soaks in. Not only that, it helps the barbecue cook faster.
Yeah.
okay.
So, and then when you put the barbecue on the grill, you have to. Primarily with chicken, the first thing you want to do is you want to put on the bone side first, which the bone side is the inner part of the chicken.
Yeah.
Not the skin
Not
side.
the skin side.
Not the skin
okay,
side, because what people don't understand is that the most important part of the meat that you want to cook is the bone side.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people cook barbecue and you get to the bone.
It's pink.
Pink.
Yes,
It has some blood
I call that dog food. That's what I call dog food. So typically when I see barbecue like that, I just automatically, it makes me sick to
Yeah,
my
you
stomach.
throw it away or
Yeah.
give it to the dog.
Yeah.
So when you cooking on the bone side, you typically want to keep it on the bone side 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
The flesh side takes almost about the same time. So what I would do is I would cook the bone side first, do the flesh, and then go back to the bone. And then that's pretty much
So it's a flip, then we flip back.
correct.
All right. So
All right.
while we've got
Let
the
me-
seasoning knocked down,
Yeah.
we've got the chicken knocked down, let's talk about lighting a grill. That's one of the hardest thing to do
Yes.
if you don't have some help.
You know what? I've seen guys. They light they spray the lighter
Charcoal.
fluid, the charcoal fluid all over it, and then they'll light it, and then the fire will go out.
Then they continue to
And
spray.
it's a hazard, because when you spray, you never know when one little breeze blow, and that fire comes right back coming to you. I don't use diesel fuel, kerosene, or anything. I use simple 1-2-3 oil. I'll put it in a can and some napkins, and I make a sort of like a wick, and I light that. Put it at the bottom, and then I'll take the charcoal and just
make a pyramid. Yeah.
Correct. And I could walk away from that grill for about 15, 20 minutes, 25 minutes tops. I'll come back and I got perfectly ready charcoal.
How high do you want the flame for cooking chicken?
You know what? The best barbecue is cooked on low heat.
So you want hot coal, not high flames.
Exactly, because what you'll do is you'll scorch the meat. The meat will be brown and it'll look cooked.
But outside, but
But
in the
typically
inside.
inside it's not cooked at all.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So, and is that the same for all meats that you'd be grilling?
Okay, different meats require different heat. When you're dealing with pork, you want a medium low heat. When
Yeah.
you're dealing with beef, you want to typically have it on very low heat because you don't want your beef to get tough.
Yeah.
So everything varies from different meat. Even you know what? Some people love gibnat, some people love
Yeah.
lamb, and those
Yeah.
are my
Some
my
people
two
like deer.
favorite.
Yeah.
Yes.
These meats
You
are
barbecue give nut too?
Yeah, sometimes.
When you have your permit and it's in season and whatnot, right? That's what you meant to say. Yeah, go ahead.
I do fish, lobster,
Yeah.
anything that could go on a grill, I'm willing to grill.
Okay.
But I guess my business is centered around chicken and sausage.
Okay.
A lot of people like the Italian sausage, but I found it to be too spicy for children.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's when I implemented the bigger sausage. It's the quarter pound Gaudi
Yeah.
sausage, and before everything was sausage on a stick. Now I bought the American style to that is because I remember the idea of what you call pig in a blanket.
Yeah.
So what I would do is just take the tortilla, dip the sausage, put it on the tortilla, put a little bit more sauce, and then fold it and wrap it like a burrito.
Oh, wow.
Yummy, yummy. All right.
Sausage burrito.
Now, let's get back to our cooking tips for our barbecue. And this is very important. So we talked about the low heat. You want hot coals. And so you're going to put it down bone first. Now, are you going to be picking at it the entire while to make sure it's done? What are your tips to ensure that it's properly cooked meat and that it's going to be delicious?
With chicken, it's as simple as when you're closest to done, the fork will just easily slide into the meat. When it's not properly cooked, the meat is more dense.
Yeah.
So when you're poking at the chicken and you're meeting a great deal of resistance, that's a telltale sign that you have raw chicken.
Okay.
What about when you're poking into the chicken and liquid comes out?
Oh, definitely. And you know what? Another thing with chicken is chicken ooze out. I guess we would call it blood, but it's a froth. When you see froth still in the joints, that means the joint is not cooked
Not
as well.
cooked yet,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And, you know, I hate to say this because I'm very critical about barbecue, but, you know, some people sell barbecue in this country and it's burnt, dry. I don't know how they're still in business, and they sell every day. You know, what do you do to ensure that you're not going to burn it? You're not going to, because you want it cooked. You're going to be serving
You
to
don't
the
want it
public. I
burnt,
totally
yeah.
understand that. It's got to be cooked, but not dry.
Right. Well, it's as simple as keeping it at low, even heat.
Yeah.
A lot of people make the mistake of putting too much charcoal.
Okay.
You don't need to use a lot of charcoal to cook meat. And because I do it for a business, my demand to get the meat cooked quicker is my biggest enemy right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
If I had my way, I would take at least an hour and a half to 2 hours to slowly cook chicken.
Yeah.
But typically I only have 45 minutes to an hour tops.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then people are knocking down my door,
Knocking, yeah.
complaining.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
it's a big deal. So you just have to keep your fire very low.
Yeah.
The thing is, a lot of people here in Belize, they do grill barbecue. Barbecue is a
Slow.
method that's done slowly.
There are differences.
Yes.
differences.
So typically, what we find is that we sell grilled chicken because people are cooking it at a very high heat.
Yeah.
High heat. So real barbecue is cooked very slow.
That's
right.
right.
So what
And-
we've got everything here, and we made mention of what we've got around here, inclusive of the vinegar and the lime. You've got onion and sweet pepper. What do we use these for?
Okay, onion and sweet pepper is used to make the sauce. I use some of the same seasoning and I add water. I put in the onion, the sweet pepper, and cilantro. That's the only thing I couldn't find this morning. Cilantro is kind of scarce right now, but
you used it for your sauce.
cilantro brings out nice flavor in anything.
Yes.
So that is one of the key ingredients in the barbecue sauce. A lot of people don't know that. Then now, the sauce you buy in the store, any one of those big
gallon,
bottles,
Yeah.
you cannot just serve that just like that.
Yeah.
It tastes like straight vinegar, dude.
That's right. That's right.
gotta
Straight
sweeten it.
vinegar.
There's no flavor to it. Yeah.
There's no flavor. So what I add my base to their base,
Okay.
and then to sweeten it,
brown
brown
sugar.
Sugar.
correct, brown sugar, and that's what adds a nice little. Because if you use too much brown sugar, it's too sweet.
Yeah.
You use just enough; it gives just the right kick.
What's your sauce technique? Do you brush on the grill or do you dump after?
I normally just dip it, and
Okay.
then I pour some sauce over it.
Okay.
I don't brush it on the grill because it mucks up the grill,
Yeah.
and
gets black.
it gets black, and it actually has a burnt
Taste.
Flavor
taste,
to it, yeah.
and the smell.
And the brown sugar is sweet, so if you have that with the fire, it's gonna make it burn more. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
All right.
So we got some sauce here. Is that
Yes,
what
this
got some
is
finished
smelling?
sauce.
Yummy, yummy.
This is the finished product right here.
Woo-hoo.
And it's kind of runny right now,
Yeah.
but I typically let it boil down
Till it's thick.
till it's really thick. But right now, as it is, it has the kick and the flavor.
Oh, let me
Sweet.
see. So you have your onions, your pepper, your cilantro, your own secret seasoning, and some brown sugar. All right, I definitely want to try this.
Looks good.
It's
It
hot.
smells delicious.
Smell
It
it.
does. So tell us where we can find you. Obviously, people have been hearing how seriously you take your barbecue, and they want to
Yes,
be
I
able
take
to
it very
sample.
serious.
Yeah.
How the saying goes, rain can't stop my reggae
Rain
jam.
can't
Yeah.
stop the
Rain
reggae
do
jam.
not
huh?
stop my reggae jam. I'm there typically
That's so
from
good.
Tuesday to
Here you go,
Saturday.
John. It's not hot anymore. Let me see.
Alright,
You
here
can just
we
get a little.
Nice.
I'm right there on Mahogany,
Delicious.
right past the police station.
Yeah.
I'm there normally, typically from 6 to about 11 at night. I do nighttime barbecue because
Every day
yes,
at night.
except Sunday.
Oh,
except
nice.
Sunday, I have to stay home with the
So
kids and the
dinner.
family.
So dinner can be barbecue.
Correct.
Huh.
The reason why I did this is because in the Lake Eye area, all you see every evening, fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
yeah.
Fried chicken, and to me that's one of the most unhealthiest way to eat on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Especially going to rest with fried chicken on the stomach.
Oh yes, high cholesterol. So I said, you know what? There's an open market. Why not try something? And I tried it. This was back in 2013, I believe.
Yeah.
I started, and I'm still there.
Okay, so Monday to Friday, you're 6 to.
Monday to Saturday.
6 to
Monday,
11 to
uh-huh.
Saturday.
Okay, and on Saturdays you don't do the lunchtime barbecue.
No, everybody's barbecue.
That's manipulated. Yeah.
Yeah, so
right.
So you're an evening time barbecue.
yes,
Okay.
I stick to something simple, and I keep a simple schedule. So.
Okay. And can people call in their orders?
You know what? Typically, people call in and place their orders. Sometimes I get order from 8 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
To make sure you don't
it's
sell
funny,
out.
I wake up and I have a text
Yeah.
and I have an order already.
Do you do
So-
catering?
Yes, I do. I have done catering for the San Pedro Express, Rendezvous Key, and Starfish Island.
Okay.
I've done several other catering, but that one was the most high end.
All
And
Nice.
it was nice.
Nice.
It was nice.
And what do you serve your barbecue with?
Typically, I just serve it with tortilla.
Okay. So you do a simple chicken and tortilla.
Yes,
Okay.
it's people refer to it as a Cayo style.
Yeah.
I serve it with the tortilla and some my special pepper. It burns. I didn't bring any, but I trust me, you don't want to taste that just like that.
I can handle it, I guarantee you.
Oh, she's hot. Okay, but sometimes I have beans, and if I do use beans, I prefer Bush's.
Okay.
Bush's baked beans.
Much more flavorful.
Yeah.
It's much more flavorful. That's just my preference. Some
Yeah.
people have
Yeah.
other preference. And then the coleslaw, I did it at first, but what I typically found is that people stray away from the coleslaw, and it's easy to spoil if
Yeah,
not
yeah.
properly kept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to minimize losses and
And to
potential
compete
health
with it, and compete with
hazards.
fried chicken as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I just kept it simple, and you know what? Even if I have beans and coleslaw, most people typically just want it with the tortilla.
Chicken and tortilla. And you can also get the sausage and tortilla.
Yes, ma'am.
And what's the average price for your barbecue?
Okay, the average price is for the sausage is like $2 to $3.50.
You're kidding.
Yeah, I keep we have to cater to our people. This times are rough.
Yeah.
And the chicken is $5, typically for the breast, and $4.50 for the leg. Yeah.
Wow. You know, it's amazing to hear, and I didn't know that part of the story, that you were really catering to people within the community and also to compete with what is the cheap fast food. And this is a lot. It's not deep fried in old oil, you know.
Correct.
So I think definitely, I can imagine that you're very busy every evening.
I'm very busy, typically every day.
Yeah.
Because I have to do everything, all my preparations on a daily basis.
Okay, so once again, you're on Mahogany Street right after the police station, you said?
Correct.
Okay.
You can't miss it.
And
Don't
he'll be
stop
out
smoking.
there 6 till 11. That's also good for late night. Well, I don't know.
Well, I don't have a sign.
Yeah, in fact, you know, this is to show you how much I go out. 11 o'clock is the time people are going out.
Yeah.
But people like me might be turning in. Yeah.
Correct. A lot of times people coming in from, especially Fridays,
Yeah.
are my busiest days, and that's when I normally get a influx of calls and orders from early.
Okay.
And John could tell you,
I've
if
been
you
there a
don't
few
put in an
times.
order,
I've been there a few
by the
times.
time the chicken is cooked,
It's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone. Yeah. There are a lot of times he would be putting on chicken and said, you have to wait for the next batch.
Oh, okay. So let's get that number so people can make their special orders.
Yes, my number is 634-3491.
Okay.
634-3491.
All right. Well, thank you so much for helping everybody out on how to make better barbecue, and that if anybody wants to try out yours, they know exactly where to go and what number to call. We appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
All right. We're going to go ahead and take that final break, and when we come back, we'll have our wrap up, so stay tuned.